Okay, we've been live for 2 seconds. Give it a couple seconds here. We'll be good. We'll be set. We'll be set. Not any introduction, but welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I am your host, Carlito Santiago, and today we're here to talk about the predictions for, of course, the very own, BackLash. This pay-per-view is going to be very forgettable. I can tell you that right now. Very forgettable. And as you can see on my shirt, the Never Give Up, of course, I have some rumored news. Rumored. Don't know if it's true or not, but based on highly speculation, John Cena could be showing up at this pay-per-view. He could be showing up to make a big announcement, whether it is him working behind the scenes or whether it's him wanting to be entered into the Hall of Fame or whatnot. I don't know. That would be so soon. I don't know. It's just speculation and rumors. But we'll have to wait and see until Saturday. If any new matches do get added, as you guys know, if any new matches get added, I will in fact be posting them on YouTube so you guys know through the reels or the shorts, the YouTube shorts, just so you are aware. But without further ado, let's talk about this. Bring that down here. All right. So, we're talking about BackLash or BackLash Tampa. It'll be the 21st BackLash event that will take place on Saturday, May 9th, of course, in the Benchmark International Arena in Tampa, Florida. It'll be the first BackLash to live stream on ESPN in the U.S. Also, the first to air live on ESPN linear channel, as the first hour will be simulcast on ESPN2. If you guys do not have ESPN, I would like to refer you back to my predictions when I did WrestlePalooza, which was the very first event held on ESPN, which I of course gave you the background or breakdown of how the ESPN and how to do it, how to set it up. So again, if you guys haven't already, you guys should get ESPN to watch it. So there's only 5 matches made for Saturday. We have Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, Trick Williams and Sami Zayn for the U.S. title, Io Sky and Asuka, Danhausen and a mystery partner of his choosing versus The Miz and Kit Wilson, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, I want to start with what I think should open the match, open the show, which will be Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Let's talk about it. At WrestleMania 41, Seth Rollins aligned himself with Paul Heyman. On the following night of Raw, Braun Breaker also aligned himself with Rollins, and of course, you guys all know the whole Vision thing, as far as we can talk about. Remember the Vision? Yeah, remember the Vision. Great. So, you also know about how, months later, that Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed would attack Rollins and expel him from the group. This was all because Rollins was injured and needed to vacate the title, and this was the way to do it. So, here's where we have to kind of reel ourselves back. We're going to start at night 1 of WrestleMania, okay? Because this is where it really starts. This whole fucking paragraph. I remembered aligning the whole thing right here, reading this whole thing, and I didn't even have to, you guys all know by this point. On night 1 of WrestleMania 42, Rollins lost his match against Gunther after Braun Breaker returned and struck Rollins with a spear. The following Raw, the Vision welcomed back Braun Breaker, who talked trash about Rollins, with him subsequently attacking Breaker before being outnumbered by Theory and Paul. Despite external interference from the returning Street Profits, who fended off Paul and Theory, Breaker got the upper hand on Rollins. The following week, Rollins called out Braun Breaker, questioning his actions, to which Breaker replied that he was tired of fighting Rollins' battles, and he only joined Rollins because he needed Heyman on his side. Rollins then challenged Breakker to a match at BackLash, to which it was later made official. And the whole story here is to show that if Braun Breakker is ready to handle that kind of, spot. And to be personally honest, I think he is. So, I think he's ready to exceed Seth Rollins. I think he's ready to go to higher heights, if anything. So, if anybody is going to salvage anything out of this, especially moving forward, that is Braun Breakker, with Paul Heyman on his side. Braun Breakker is the future, and of course, he is the badass. So you guys can assume where I'm heading with this prediction. Rollins doesn't need it. For Rollins already has won championships. I hope Rollins makes Braun Breakker look good in this match. I hope Rollins also gets an upper hand because he's going to be playing the babyface in this role. But of course, Braun Breakker should get the win here to open up our show. I know we'll boo, but remember, Braun Breakker should be a world champion by this year. If not, maybe next year. But he should be a big deal. Breakker should be a big deal this year. So my final prediction is Braun Breakker defeats Seth fucking Rollins. All right, let's talk about this Danhausen Trick William. Let's talk about this Trick William. Let's talk about this Danhausen Miz Kit Wilson match. Okay, so I don't really have to go from Elimination Chamber, but we should really talk about what went down on how this, came about. What the hell's in my mouth? Sorry. So, check this out. The Miz, of course, got himself reeled into Danhausen's bullshit after Aldis introduced him. So, Miz didn't like the idea of having Danhausen around, so Danhausen, quote, cursed The Miz in response. Miz continued to be cursed by Danhausen, leading him into a streak of bad luck. However, Miz refused to believe the curse existed. During this time, Miz aligned himself with Kit Wilson. Yup. Oh, it was really stupid. Anyway, who also took issues with Danhausen and was cursed in the process. In one of the occasions, both Miz and Wilson lost a WWE Tag Team title opportunity or match after the referee suffered a cramp in his arm, preventing him from counting a pinfall. Wilson subsequently lost a match against Danhausen after a pyro malfunction on the April 10th episode. On night 2 of WrestleMania 42, Miz and Wilson interrupted the event's host, John Cena, as Miz demanded a WrestleMania moment. Danhausen appeared accompanied by little people dressed like him. After Wilson called one of the little people toxic, Danhausen ordered another little person to hit Wilson with a low blow, and then all of them attacked him. Then Danhausen performed a high poke variant of John Cena's 5-knuckle shovel on The Miz. On that week's SmackDown, Miz also lost to Danhausen after another pyro malfunction, and on the May 1st episode, that after both Miz and Wilson unsuccessfully tried to trap Danhausen, Miz subsequently said he believed in the curse and agreed to mentor Danhausen. Afterwards, Wilson appeared and begged the Miz not to join Danhausen, but this was all a ruse because Miz, of course, was initially going to join Danhausen, but he attacked him, revealing to turn to be a ruse. So Wilson joining the assault, and later that night, Danhausen spoke with Aldis, who granted him a tag team match against The Miz and Wilson at BackLash. However, Danhausen would have to find himself a tag team partner, to which he agreed. So, depending on who Danhausen's partner is, we notice a pattern too. And when you notice a pattern, you start to it kind of feeds into the ideal of prediction. You see that The Miz and Wilson have had lost streaks, as you see. They lost tag team title opportunities. Miz lost a match to Danhausen. More on one occasion, right? You would think that The Miz and Wilson should get the win here. However, depending on who Danhausen's partner is really the outcome in this. It's the one thing that I don't like about predicting, when you don't know. You can't predict the unpredictable, right? But you have to be certain about it, all right? It has to be a certain thing. You can't predict or you can't know something if it hasn't happened yet. That is a problem for smart people, Very smart people. They can only assume so many roles. And then when they find out who it is, well, now they have their answer. So, what it really comes down to is who the fuck is Danhausen's partner? I've heard from friends and from sources that it could be Jelly Roll, which is what I'm confident in. It could also be R-Truth. It could 100% be Kit Wilson's old partner, Elton Prince, I believe his name was. It could be Royce Keys. It could be a whole range of people in this for Danhausen. But Danhausen said he'd find somebody. So, depending on who Danhausen really finds, determines who wins this match. But knowing that to be announced is going to happen at the pay-per-view, well, I'm going to go ahead and say that Danhausen and his partner win, considering who the hell it is. Now, if it turns out to be something stupid or someone stupid, then Miz and Kit Wilson should definitely take a win there. But I'm confident in Danhausen choosing a partner because that man is a legend in his own right. So my final prediction is I'm going with the man who can curse people out and show him a little bit of some bad luck. Give me Danhausen and his to-be-announced partner. Let's move on and talk about Io Sky and Asuka real quick. We don't have to really talk about much, but here we go. So Asuka really has confronted Io Sky multiple times on multiple occasions. But after Ripley and Sky, known as Rio, lost the title, of course. After that, Asuka continuously mistreated Sane for her failures to help her. And on March 23rd episode of Raw, Sky approached Sane and stated that she deserved better treatment. The following week, Asuka and Sane appeared ringside during Sky's match, with Asuka forcing Sane to interfere. However, Sane did nothing. After Sky spotted Asuka mistreating Sane at ringside, Sky attacked Asuka, a distraction that cost Sky the match. On the episode of Raw, before WrestleMania 42, Sky faced Kairi Sane despite Ripley's involvement. Asuka interfered and cost Sky the match. Following week, we had a tag team match. Following that, Ripley went transferred to SmackDown because he won the Women's Championship. While Sane was legitimately released from the WWE, which made no fucking sense because now all this does is the story just fucking gets even more wacky. So Asuka attacked Sky, costing her a match for the Women's IC Championship. Later that night, it subsequently announced that Asuka would face Sky at BackLash, which honestly, it's just a filler. Like, there's just no structure to this. And the whole story, mainly in this, focused around Kairi Sane, but you released Kairi Sane for no fucking reason. I have a big problem with that. You had a story going on with Kairi Sane and Asuka, and Kairi Sane being treated with this, and then stating that she deserves better treatment. Yeah, she does deserve better treatment. And this is what you do? You legitimately release her from the WWE. I hope Kairi Sane comes back and fucking costs Asuka the match, so then we can get Asuka and Kairi Sane in a match later down the road. But that's just me. So my predicted winner here is Io Sky. Wins. Fuck Asuka. Asuka's fucking old for I don't know how long. She's like in her fucking mid-40s at this point. Anyway, I liked Asuka when she first came into the WWE. She had that undefeated, the one that Charlotte Flair subsequently ended. So my final prediction is Io Sky wins this match against Asuka, and hopefully Kairi Sane returns. We get our pirate Disney princess back. All right, I'm going to talk about these two championship matches, and I think I ain't got to save more time on this. So for Sami, as much as the feud has been pretty lackluster, honestly, Trick Williams is going to retain the U.S. title against Sami. But Sami Zayn being the heel for this is perfect. I like Sami Zayn being the heel for this. It's fucking set up perfectly. We don't even have to go into depth about it because there's no story that suggests that it's here at all. Or, well, yeah, this, I mean. Okay, so it is here. So yeah, I mean, Sami Zayn would eventually turn heel. So yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. My final prediction is Trick Williams defeats Sami Zayn. You guys can pause it and read it for yourselves. But I'm just saying, Trick literally just won the U.S. title. And then same for Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu needs a little clarification. So, I'm not going to get into the whole past shit. So let's talk about some new shit, shall we? After Reigns won and it starts here. After Reigns won the men's Royal Rumble match at of course, the namesake event in January 2026, Reigns subsequently won the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of Night 2 at WrestleMania 42 against CM Punk, who's dealing with a lawsuit right now. Anyway, besides that, Reigns and the Usos reunited on the following night of Raw, but they were interrupted by Jacob Fatu. All gas, no brakes. Who was a part of SmackDown at the time, with Fatu stating that he wanted everything that Reigns had, including the title, before challenging Reigns to a match at BackLash. Reigns stated that he did not think Fatu was ready for a title match and said he would give Fatu a week before making his decision. There, Roman Reigns stated that he still felt that Fatu did not deserve a title match and that giving him one would be nepotism, which, great point. After Fatu attacked Reigns, he accepted the challenge using the Tongan death grip. Signed the contract, tried to put him through a table, didn't work. But we leads us to here. Roman Reigns is definitely retaining this World Heavyweight Championship, but such a great feud to go about it here. I love it. Jacob Fatu is the first challenger for Roman Reigns. Feels right. It feels right. It just does. Again, when Jacob first came in, Roman really couldn't stop him. He was a big powerhouse. They made him fucking that powerful. Now Reigns is World Heavyweight Champion, and now fucking Jacob's got something to prove. Out to make it Reigns being the narcissist. But again, I don't think Jacob is ready, and Roman is just getting started. So, no, Roman Reigns is retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. So, that is my Backlash predictions. Let me run by it again. Braun Breaker defeats Seth Rollins. Trick Williams retains the U.S. title. Io Sky defeats Asuka. Danhausen and his partner, whoever it may be, defeat Miz and Kit Wilson. Roman Reigns defeats Jacob Fatu for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then again, if any other match gets put on, if any other match is made, I will make a reel of it so you guys can check it out. Just like I did with Dominic, being challenged. Before you've seen that clip, I got like 300 views on that. It's okay. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing. But anyway, this is the predictions. I will set up the review for Sunday. You guys will see it. Mother's Day. And I hope to see you guys there. This has been the Backlash predictions. Again, it's going to be forgettable. It's going to be forgettable. Oh, shit. What the hell did I do here? I did not mean to do that, guys. Sorry. It is going to be forgettable. So, just so you know. Anyway, I will see you guys on Saturday for the SmackDown Summary. Peace.